Okay, everyone. In last session, we have discussed about the basics. Okay, so we started our discussion from, okay, meeting on this. So we have started our discussion from very basics. What is that? What is data? Okay, so what is a database? Okay, so after that, we started what? Types of, okay, types of databases. Okay, so coming to these types of databases, we have started discussing about what is OLTP databases and then what is OLAP databases, right? OLTP databases and OLAP databases. So in order to understand all these things, I just taken a paint and I have discussed about that. Okay, so just give me one more time this flow, then we can continue from that point. Basically, what happen if we go to any organization, if you go to any business or if you go to any banking, any business, okay? So business having what? Business having their customers, okay? Customers, okay? Whatever the transaction done by the customers through business, okay, they will generate the data. For example, if there is any bank account, okay, there is a bank customer is available, okay. So bank customer, if he do some transaction, if he purchase, I mean, if he withdraw something, or if you have an account in Amazon or whatever it might be, okay, whatever the transactions we do as a customer or any other thing, okay. So indirectly, every day we are generating the data. Okay, so there are two types of databases. One is OLTP, another one is OLAP. Okay, so OLTP full form is online transaction processing. So the main purpose of this OLTP databases is to collect day-to-day transaction data. Okay, so whatever the customer's transactions will do, directly it will take the data from customers to this OLTP databases. Here, if you see the main purpose means it will collect the day-to-day transaction data. Okay, it will store the day-to-day transaction data. Now, what a business requires usually what business requires, okay, so business wants to do some analysis, okay, some analysis. Okay, see, is it very hard to run the business without doing analysis, right? For example, guys, I'll tell you a small point. If you have a okay small travel business, you are having 10 vehicles. Assume that 10 vehicles. So with these 10 vehicles, you are doing what? Okay, you just started a one travel business. Okay, travel business without analyzing what is your monthly driver's expenses and how means who is your regular customers and which vehicle is giving what how much maintenance of the vehicles and how much profit you are getting monthly. Okay, so without analyzing all these KPIs, okay, normally we call it as a KPIs, key performance indicators. Is it possible to take the decisions? It's a very hard, right? Means
Uh,
you have a data, you are running some business, okay, without analyzing the business through the data, okay, it is very hard you to take the decisions. For example, if you are getting loss from any vehicle, maybe you want to increase the rent or you want to change anything, you will take the decisions. Means without doing analysis, running business for the long term is highly, it's impossible. Okay, now, if I want to do the main purpose of OLTP to collect the day-to-day data, but here we can't able to do. We can do, but to do that analysis also we have very less data now. The main purpose of this is another. So we move whatever the data is available in OLTP databases to OLAP databases. And one more thing is here. One more thing is here limited data storage. The main thing, one more point I would like to add. Here we have a limited data storage where in OLTP databases, okay, storage, okay, storage is what? Limited. Storage is limited. Some limited, okay, some limited means very less volume, okay. But here in case of OLAP, okay, storage is we can store a huge volume of data. Okay, we can store the huge volume of data. Okay, so now company wants to do some analysis. Now I mean business wants to do some analysis. To do that analysis, they are storing the data in OLAP databases. This OLAP databases we are calling as a data warehouse. Okay, data warehouse. Got it? Now, business people will do some transformations in data warehouses, and they will make some tables as per their business logics. Okay. Now, by fetching the data from the data warehouse, okay, some reporting developers, okay, reporters. I mean, this some developers means BI developers will develop this type of visual reports. Okay. By seeing these visual reports, it is very easy to understand the pattern. Okay, pattern. So what is happening in each month, what updates, what is everything, you can take the decisions if you see this type of visual reports where the data get increased, when sales got decreased, all these things. Okay, fine. Now this is what one of the basic pipeline, guys. Okay, this is one of the basic pipeline. Now if I tell you the examples for this each stage, so coming to OLTP, okay, coming to OLTP, we have a data, different OLTP databases. Like we have a Oracle, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, DB2. Okay, these are all the OLTP databases. Okay, now coming to this OLAP databases, nothing but data warehouse. Snowflake is a data warehouse. Okay, it's a cloud-based data warehouse. We will discuss in detail about the Snowflake when we start completely about the Snowflake. I want to give the top level idea. Then we will go one by one step. Okay. See, if you see somewhere, if someone asks you what is Redshift means, you should not get confused. It is a data warehouse provided by AWS. What is BigQuery means? It is a data warehouse service provided by Google platform. What is Azure Synapse means? It is also a data warehouse, nothing but OLAP database provided by Microsoft. Like that, coming to OLAP databases also, we have many databases. Similarly, BI tools. We have discussed about yesterday BI tools, right? Okay. To develop these reports and dashboards, I need some tools, right? Okay, to develop this type of reports and dashboards, I need some tools. That the tools we call it as a BI tools. Okay, so Power BI, Tableau, ClickSense, okay, like some SSRS. All these are some reports. Okay, uh, to develop this type of reports and dashboards. Okay, now coming to our course means coming to our topic, what we are going to learn to cover this complete pipeline. Okay, so we are going to learn, let me change the color to make it little effective. Yeah, better I'll go with this. It's still not selected. Now it's get selected. Fine. Okay. So we are going to learn as a part of to understand the basic SQL, or you assume that to understand the OLTP, we are going to learn the Oracle. In the Oracle, nothing but guys, we are going to learn the SQL. Okay. And let me make a little bit. Okay, fine. And in next step, we will start learning about the Snowflake. Okay, Snowflake. So as a part of data warehouse. Okay, data warehouse. And next, as a part of for the transformations, we use the DBT. I will introduce you what is a DBT also. It's a nothing but data build tool. Okay, the full form of DBT is data build tool. And as a part of ETL, we are going to understand about some ADF features. Okay, what is that? ADF means Azure Data Factory. Okay, so if anybody wants to explore the Power BI, it's up to you. I can provide the recordings. You can go with that. Okay, but as of now, as a data engineer, if you are working with these things, that's much more enough. And if you want to explore, if you want to, okay, there are few roles, guys. If I honestly say, like a data engineer, data analyst, and a data scientist. Okay, we'll discuss about that difference later. Okay, so as a part of this thing, our sessions, we are going to cover this. Okay, so finally, we can frame a end-to-end project. Okay, based on these four technologies. Now, I think we just forgot to discuss about the ETL. What is the ETL? It's a tool. Okay, it is also it's a BI tool. This is what BI tool. This is what ETL tools. What is the purpose of the ETL tools? As we discussed yesterday. Okay, so if I want to move the data from one place to another place, if I want to move the data, what I said, if I want to move the data from one place to another place, okay, normally this is called source. Where the data is available, we call it as what? We call it as a source. Okay, so from the source to, I want to move the data into a target. Okay, I want to move the data into a target. Okay, so target. To do this activity means to do this activity, okay, to do this activity, to make this activity simple, we have a tools, guys. We have a tools. What is the tools means? We call it as a ETL tools. Okay, ETL tools. What this ETL will tools will do? It will extract the data from the source, and if necessary, it will apply some transformations. And after transforming the data, it will load the data into the target. Okay, so that is what ETL tools. Okay, ETL tools. What it will do, it will extract the data, it will do a transformations if the transformations are necessary, and it is load the data into the target. Okay, so coming to ETL tools, we have so many ETL tools in the market. So what are all the different type of ETL tools available in the market means, like we have IICS, means Informatica Integration Cloud Service. Okay, ADF is the full form of ADF is Azure Data Factory. Okay, so AWS is also providing this ETL service. Guys, if I tell you ETL service means, what is the meaning of ETL service? It will extract the data, it will do some transformations if there is necessary, and it will load the data into the target. Okay, so these are all the different type of, these are all the tools as a part of ETL provided from different companies. That's all. Okay, so IICS, ADF, Glue. Okay, Glue is a ETL tool. It's ETL service provided by Amazon, nothing but AWS Web Services. I hope no doubt up to, I should not say, any doubts up to here? Any questions from you?
Yeah, no doubts.
What? It's good, right? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now I'll introduce you what is a DBT. What is a part of the DBT here? Okay, so everything we covered in this diagram, or just I'll give you a basic idea of the DBT. Okay, okay, guys. Assume that this is a Snowflake data warehouse. We should select any one of this as a part of our course. We are learning the Snowflake about a Snowflake data warehouse now. Assume that this is a Snowflake data warehouse. Okay, Snowflake data warehouse. Okay, these are all the different layers. Okay, raw layer, transformation layer. I'll tell you what is a raw layer. Okay, so we do different transformations. Raw layer, raw layer. Next, this is, you may mention staging. Okay, don't just, these are all the layers. Don't get confused. Just assume that same data in okay, different situations. Raw layer, staging layer. Okay, and then this is a final layer. Okay, or production layer, whatever it might be. Okay, just final layer. Okay, final layer. Normally what happened, the data is, okay, for example, you have a data in the some source systems. The data you move to the target system. Here source, here a target is what? Snowflake is the target, right? Now, now what I want to do, okay, so whatever the data is moved into the target, okay, I want to perform some transformations and I want to make the tables are available in final layer. Okay, so okay, so here I have a final tables like fact tables, dimension tables. Don't get confused of the fact tables, dimension tables. I'll explain you. I'll explain some data warehousing concept in that what is dimension table, what is fact table, what is SCD type 2s. I mean, not only type 2 types, everything we'll discuss. Okay. The thing which I'm trying to explain you is I have a raw data here means whatever the customers done the transaction that is initially available in OLTP systems, that data directly loaded into the where directly loaded into the Snowflake. Okay. So directly I can't, it is very hard to generate the report. I need to apply some business logic. I want to perform some transformations and I want to clean this data. After cleaning this data, I will move this data to final layer. This BA people what will do? They will consume the data from this final layer. Guys, the thing I'm trying to explain is data is not cleaned initial stage. Okay. So we need to clean the data. Clean the data means what? We need to keep in a proper order. The first column should be customer name. The second column should be his salary. Second column should be his orders details, his sales details, profit details like that. We need to, as per our business, we need to properly format the data. Okay, we need to clean the data. Okay, so then only these BA people can able to access and they can develop the reports. If there is a data is not, if there is any nulls, there is a mismatching, missing of the data, everything is not good. Okay, okay, fine. Let's see. Okay, who will do these transformations means in Snowflake itself it will do, guys. This Snowflake itself will perform the transformations. In Snowflake, we can write all the transformation logics, whatever we want. But, but nowadays, this DBT is a tool which makes these transformations are very easy, guys. The reason we are connecting this DBT tool is this DBT tool, what it will do, it will connect the data. Okay, it will connect the data. Let me show you what this DBT will do. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this DBT, what we do, we connect with okay, we connect with what? Our data warehouse. Guys, it is not compulsory. Okay, it is not compulsory to connect with only the Snowflake. You can connect this DBT with BigQuery. You can connect this DBT with the Synapses. Like different data warehouse you can connect. Okay, after connecting this, what you can do? Okay, you will write all the transformation logics in the DBT. Okay, all the transformation logics in the DBT. Normally, after connecting, okay, you can write the transformation logics. Okay, after connecting, here you are going to write the all the transformation logic that the transformed data. Okay, the transformed data, whatever the data get transformed after doing these transformations. Okay, again stored in the where? Again stored in. Okay, again stored in the Snowflake itself. Now you just tell me DBT is performing extraction or loading? Anyone? DBT is performing extraction activity or loading activity.
No.
It just performs the transformations. It just performs what? It just performs the transformations. Transformations. Okay. Now you may ask someone, you can write whatever the transformations you want without using DBT also, but it is giving some good features. Okay, the complex activity you can do in a simple way. That is what a simple answer, guys. Why we have to use the DBT. Now, how that will happen means when you explore the DBT, right? I will show you some scenarios. I will do one activity with the help of writing logics in Snowflake itself. That same activity, I will use the DBT and I will write the logic. You can tally the differences. How you can make that as a simple. Okay. This is what. Any questions from this? Oh, no. Okay, fine. We can go to next step, guys, now. Okay, I hope it is fine. If you want anything, if you want to ask, you can ask, or else we can go to some other steps. Okay, okay, fine. This is about complete introduction of our course. Let's go to the. Okay, fine. Let me clear this. Fine. Okay, see, I mostly prefer the interactive sessions. You can, whatever you don't know, right? You can't able to understand, or if you want to discuss something, in middle also you can stop me and you can ask me anytime. Okay, always welcome. Okay, now we'll try to understand about we understood. Okay, fine. We have a databases. What these databases are holding, guys? What is databases? Where we store the data, right? Where we store the data in simple form. Either it may be OLAP, OLTP, whatever it might be. Okay. Database means where we store the data. Means in databases, in databases, we have data. Okay. We have a data, right? Now assume that, okay. Now assume that what is SQL? Now we'll try to understand what is SQL. Okay. What is the SQL? We'll try to understand. Okay. Fine. Now assume that there is a one database, guys. Okay, there is a one database. Okay, there is a one database which is holding some business data. Okay, so this is one of the database. Assume that database. In this database, I'm storing some data. Okay. In this database, what I'm doing, I'm storing some data. Like I have a customer's data and their orders data and their sales data and also some employees data. Okay. To run this business. Okay. So I have a customer's data. Um, okay. So let me go to a simple. Okay, fine. Hmm, It's not much thing. We'll focus on the content. Okay. Customer data and also what? Orders data. Okay. Then how this is about the orders data and sales data and also my employees data. Okay. So to run my business, whatever, okay, I'm maintaining some database. In this database, I'm storing my customers data, orders data, sales data, employees data, everything. Okay. Now, now as a developer or a business owner, okay, think that I'm a person. Okay. I'm a person. Now I want to see the data. I want to see this customer's data. Now, I want to fetch the data. Means I want to read this data. In simple words, I want to read this data like this. Okay, the customer name and his ID. Okay, and he's say ordered what he has done the orders. Okay, like that I want to see the data. I'm storing this data, but I want to see this data. How I can see? Means I have to ask database writer. I want to see this data. Means indirectly what I am trying to explain you. Okay. I am storing the data. Later on, I need to work with this database, right? Okay. Means if I want to fetch the data or new customers are enrolled, then I want to add those new customers into this table, right? If this existing customers has done new orders, okay, that new orders data I need to insert into this table, right? Okay, to handle all this business, okay, I hired some more employees. I should add those employee details now. If there are some employees left my business, okay, I need to remove their details, right? Means not like a active. Are you getting my point? See, once it is not a fixed thing, like once we create the database, once we create the table, data will get changed, right? Sometimes we need to insert the data, sometimes we need to update the data, and sometimes we need to do what? We need to delete the data, okay? As per the requirement, we need to create some other tables, everything, okay? Who will do that? How can we do that? If I want to do this type of activities, means like insertion, updation, maintenance, whatever it might be, guys, okay, we'll learn in SQL. But if I want to do all this activity with the database as a developer, I need to communicate with this database, right?
Yes.
Okay. I need to communicate. If I want to communicate, okay, if I'm a person, if I'm a person, okay, I'm trying to communicate with other person. Okay, how I can communicate with the help of some language, right? If you okay, if the both persons can able to understand the English, the both person can able to communicate with English. Means I can talk in English, so receiver also will understand and he can reply us. Similarly, database also understands some language, guys. Okay, that language we call it as what? SQL. Okay, SQL. To do all these activities, okay, I need to communicate with database. Okay, to communicate with these databases, we have a language called SQL. The full form of SQL is what? Anyone knows?
Structured
Structure.
query language.
Exactly. Okay. Structure query language. Okay, structure query language. Okay, so by okay, there is a some language. Okay, so by using this language, okay, we can communicate with the databases. Okay, see guys, there are some other languages also that NoSQL to handle the unstructured data. Okay, we'll discuss in depth later, but as of now, if you are clear with some basic thing, right, then later one more step you can extend. It doesn't make you confused if you go in this way. Okay, so to communicate with the databases, we need some language. That language we are calling as a SQL. Now, what is your understanding? If anyone asks you what is a language means, sorry, what is a SQL means? It's a language. It's a language. Okay, used to communicate or work with databases. See guys, there is a one terminology you should know as a part of, okay? We call it as, okay, there is a one, another term, okay? DBMS. Anyone heard about this? DBMS. Okay. The full form of DBMS is what? Okay.
Database management system.
Is database management system. Okay. Database management system. What exactly this DBMS? Okay. Now I'll tell you guys in layman notes. Okay. So it is not, no one is going to ask you nowadays. You are not a fresher or anything. Okay. Just, but you should know what is this. Okay. For example, assume that this is one of the Oracle database. Okay. One of the database. Can we consider as a Oracle database? Okay. Oracle database. Now, this Oracle database is, means this Oracle database is storing some data. Fine. If I want to insert this data, update this data, or I'm the owner of this database, I'm the authentic user. Okay, I hide some employees. I have given access to work all my employees with this database. Okay, and I want to maintain the security, everything. Okay, who will manage this? Okay, see, in database, assume that it's a storage. If it is a storage, to manage this database, we need some softwares. That softwares we are calling as a DBMS software. Okay, DBMS, database management system. Okay, for example, assume that, okay, so you have a laptop. Okay, in your laptop, you have a RAM configuration, storage, hard disk, everything. But everything will be work. Okay, if you have a proper OS, right? Can you relate with this? Okay, so you have a physical hardware, means physical hardware with which is having RAM, text, I mean everything. Okay, but to work all these things, okay, to open your Windows, to do all the operatings, you need a proper operating system, OS, right? Okay, in databases, DBMS is a software which manages the databases. Okay, in simple word. Okay, in simple word. So after few days, there is a new word came, guys. New word came. What is that? Okay, don't get anything confused. It is a software. DBMS is a software available in the databases to manage the database. What type of a management? If you say whatever the management, if you anyone ask you what type of a management will do OS in the systems means, okay, it will do almost all authentication, access management, security. Okay, everything it will maintain. Okay, after that, some days there is a new word. What is that? RDBMS. Okay, RDBMS, same thing. Okay, RDBMS. Okay, so RDBMS. So the term RDBMS stands for same thing. DBMS, after that RDBMS. See, here R stands for relational data. Okay, relational. Okay, so relational database management system. I'm not going to write the full form, just assume, okay, DBMS. Okay, so what does it mean? Means, see guys, it is also a software which is available in the databases. This is some different type, some updated databases. Okay, so for example, whatever the data we are storing, okay, whatever the data we are storing in RDBMS databases. Once again, I'm saying, guys, RDBMS databases. It is also a database. Okay, but what type of a software installed? RDBMS databases. Okay, so here we can create a relationship between table to table. Got it? For example, okay, assume that there is a customers table and there is a sales data. Okay, sales table. Okay, see guys, I can't able to keep all the data in single table, right? In a business, I can't able to keep, okay, customers data and their sales data and their some orders data and the customers information, employees information, everything I can't able to keep in single table, right? Okay, so what normally in databases, as per the requirement, we divide the data into multiple tables. There is a concept called normalization, everything. We'll discuss later. Just try to understand in a logical way. Assume that in a simple way, there is a customers and here the sales. Okay, customers. Okay, I have a customers table and sales related data I'm storing in sales table. Okay, sales table. Now both tables are different. This table is a separate one. This table is separate one. Now if I have some question, what is that question? For example, I want customer wise sales details. Okay, customer wise sales details. Okay, customer wise sales details I want. Okay, so if I want customer wise sales details, how I can do? It is very hard now. Means I have a customer details in one table, sales details in another table. Okay. So is it possible to answer this question without establishing relationship between these two tables? Is it possible? Okay, so it is not possible, guys. So while we are creating the table, right, we will make some common columns in the table. Okay, sales table. Okay, we create some relay. Okay, in RDBMS. Okay, we can create a relationship between two tables. Okay, when there is a relationship is available, right, we can answer this type of questions. Got it right? See, all the data we can't able to store in single table. We divide the data into multiple tables. Okay, and we can establish relationship between each table. Okay, so you can answer any of this type of a requirement. Okay, so that is possible in RDBMS databases. Whatever the databases that we are going to work right now, all these are RDBMS databases. Is it clear? First of all, if anyone asks you what is SQL means, what is your answer? It's a language used to work with databases. If anyone asks you what is RDBMS means, RDBMS is a software which is available in the databases. Okay, in RDBMS we can store the tables and we can create a relationship between tables. Okay, I hope it's clear, guys. Now we can go to what is a Snowflake and everything. Okay, so as a part of this course, we are starting from we are going to start, right? So we will start from SQL. There are some people who know the SQL. There are some persons who don't know the SQL. In depth, I'm going to explain you guys. Okay, whatever the functionalities, different functions used in the Snowflake. Okay, with respect to that, we are going to cover. So first is SQL. So I will explain you the reason why I will start with the SQL also. Then we will start the Snowflake in parallel. Okay. So after that, once we know, then we are going to start the DBT, data build tool. Okay. So in SQL, the reason we are going to start the SQL is if you are good with the SQL, if we are good with the SQL, okay, whatever the activities we do in Snowflake, all are we are going to write all the scripts with the SQL only. Got it? See, if I want to create a database in Oracle data DB, whatever the syntax I will write, the same syntax I will write to work with the Snowflake also. Okay, here also to communicate with OLTP databases, I'm communicating with SQL. In the Snowflake, nothing but OLAP database. Here also I'm going to communicate with the SQL. If you are good with the SQL, then it is very easy you to update the Snowflake, DBT, everything, guys. In DBT also we write some Zinza code, but in backend that will write the SQL script only. So I want to clearly explain the SQL in parallel within few days. Okay, 5 to 10 days, I can start in parallel the Snowflake. And Snowflake will go up to 20 to 25 sessions. Okay, here we are going to cover all the syllabus. We are going to provide the complete syllabus, SQL, Snowflake, DBT, whatever the things we are going to cover, you can track. Then it will be okay. Then finally we'll understand. We'll try to explain you the project. Any questions from your end? Why no one is talking?
Yeah, I have a question.
Please.
So how we are differentiating here with the silver, gold? We have layers, right?
Silver,
Yeah,
bronze, you're asking about, right?
yeah, exactly.
See, you are going into some thing like, first of all, I need to load the data into the Snowflake. After loading the data to do the transformation, first we call it as a silver, next to bronze, then gold. Gold is a final layer. As I explained you, right? Can you see? Try to relate with this. Good question. Okay. Assume that this raw layer is a silver, bronze is
Mm.
a staging, and gold is a final layer. Okay. But this is a stage after when I start the snowflake. First of all, what is a snowflake? Then, okay, how to create the snowflake account. After this is a project flow. Understood, Kumar? Kumar, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, some people as okay, we can call it as you are saying in data engineering terminologies in Azure, silver, bronze, and gold layer. Okay, so I am just explaining you in a simple raw layer, staging layer, final layer. Okay, so in silver layer we have you just replace silver layer, we have a raw data. In bronze layer we do perform some transformations, and the transformed data we move to the gold layer. Okay, gold. In that gold, BI people will consume the data and they will develop the reports and dashboards. Okay, that you can that just a terminology. Okay, the way we pronounce. Okay, but work is same. That I will explain you. Anyway, when we are going to discuss about some project flow, right, we use all these terminologies.
Okay, got it.
Uh,
And
Anything?
also I have one question.
Yes.
How much SQL we have to get the full page? We need to have
Um,
a
yeah,
uh, grip on
See,
the
yes.
concepts.
I'll explain you. Good question. Okay, so most of the people might be think and they are straight to ask. Okay, guys, first of all, let me clear you one thing from the first day. I'm a very interactive person. I want you to be interact with me. Then only it will be good. Okay. See, the SQL part here. The SQL is important. If you are good with the SQL, right? Even to be honestly, I also work in the real time. Still now, I'm also working, and then I'm doing this teaching also from many years. The thing I would like to explain you is if you are good with the SQL, right, you can work Snowflake, DBT very easy. Even if you go to the Snowflake also, you will explore all the features, but you are going to work in very limited features. I mean, limited. In that limited also, whatever the activities you want to do, you are going to do with the help of SQL language. So how much means it will be good if you know up to the PLSQL means up to you if you are good with means since you are asking you might be explored some advanced SQL. Not advanced means don't no need to fear. Some procedure. Okay, some how to define a procedures in projects you may use the procedures. Okay, but it is not a compulsory. Okay, so if you ask roughly you should know the basic select statements. Okay, so if I start you okay how to create a table, how to create objects. Okay, in the objects one of the object is table. Okay, how to create the tables. Then if you are good with writing some basic select statements. Okay, then if you are good with okay applying some functions, you should know some functions. Okay, functions like text functions, numerical functions, and every okay some functions. And also um the fourth one you should know, very important. If you go to any project, right, if you want to do any development, you should know joins. Okay, you should know about what? Joins. Okay, after joins, there is a next important concept. Okay, it's a group. Okay, group by. Okay, grouping the table. Okay, so the sixth one will be, okay, you should know the subqueries. Subqueries. Okay, so this is the okay, and on top of that, some DML. Okay, DMLs. DMLs means what? Like what is insert, how to insert the data, how
Update.
to update
Update
the
the data.
and delete the data. See, these things, if you know the basic, right? See, it is not a compulsory you to even know the subqueries to work in the Snowflake. But if you see the scripts in the Snowflake projects, right, you will use these subqueries and main CTAs you may see. If anyone who is a background already working in SQL, they can understand. I mean, you may write some CTAs, subqueries, okay? So if you are good with these basic concepts, right? Okay, so you will enjoy a lot in Snowflake.
What about the triggers? Are we using any triggers here?
No. See that type of activity. So see, in we are going to learn some ADF, right? There we can activate some triggers. We can schedule the jobs. All these things we can do in a Snowflake.
Yeah.
Okay, but to understand some customized procedures. Okay, it's up to us. Okay, I'll take some special session to explain you UDFs, user defined functions. We know now. and also this stored procedures. Okay, stored procedures. Okay, I'll give what is a declaration block. Okay, everything. I'll give a first. I should explain you what is variable, how to define the variable. I'll take some special session to explain. Okay, but it is not compulsory. If I don't know now, if we have a question, if I don't know what is stored procedure, can I mean, I can't able to understand the Snowflake means no. If you know the basic select statement, if you know the how to create the object like create table, table name, and if you know the basic functions and joins, right? It's much more enough you to understand the Snowflake. Okay. In parallel, we can go. In after few days, what I'll do, I'll take a 45 minutes session in SQL and next 45 minutes. Okay. I'll give a 5 minutes of break, then 45 minutes session in order to explain the Snowflake. Parallelly, we can understand. So once this SQL ends, right, the Snowflake will come to final. Then we can start the DBT. Okay. So see guys, we are doing transformations on see, we are performing transformations and we are loading we are taking the data from the Snowflake and we are I mean, we are doing the transformation with the help of DBT. So first we should learn the Snowflake. Then after completion of this Snowflake, we have to connect this data to DBT and then work with. I hope you got answered, right? Okay, I'll explain all these things. Okay, basically, I'll try to explore and try give you more information. See, the first the reason I didn't start today is okay, as a part of this course, we are going to run I mean, we'll take the Oracle database. Okay, so there is no any type of installations I'm going to do this, guys. Okay, so I'll go and open some Oracle Apex account. In that Oracle Apex account, you can work with. Okay, you can work with. Already I shared some videos for the demos videos and also some old recordings. There you can see. Okay, the way I will explain. Okay, so I will open some Oracle online account. See, with the proper internet activity, you no need to install anything. Okay, you can log in into this Oracle Apex and you can practice all the SQL queries. Okay, so then after that, this Snowflake is also what I mean, I will start tomorrow itself. I will start the Snowflake. I will show how to create the Snowflake account and how to work with the Snowflake functionality. Everything I will show. But in parallel, I will teach the SQL also. I will show how the things will go in parallel with the proper track sheet. I will explain you. I will show you. Any other questions from anyone? Everyone is silent. I never seen.
Yes, Sharukh, Pratibha here.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Pratibha.
Yeah, I was about to ask about the practicing, so I'm very new to this field. So,
No need to worry anything. Okay. See, already we have a proper materials. Materials means whatever the content I am going to teach you, right? See, nowadays everyone's life is very busy scheduled. Okay. Okay. So, for example, it is not a days where you can, I mean, have a notes in beside you and note it down. Not like that. It's just like, okay. See, whatever the content I am going to write now. Okay. So we have a materials. And on top of that, end of the session, we'll give some practice questions for the practice also. You can just use that material and you can practice. Where you can practice means just I told you, right? No need to install anything. For example, if you are learning the Oracle, so for to Oracle database, if okay, no need to install Oracle database. Okay, you can create a Oracle Apex account. Okay, in this Apex account, you can practice. Okay, you can write. Okay, so to practice in Oracle Apex, I am going to provide the script. Whatever the script I explained you in the live session, that script will be available in the form of materials for you. You can copy, paste, run that, and you can understand the functionality. If you get any error, see, we are going to have some group, right? There you can post those errors. We have a team, and quickly they will respond and they will resolve your doubts.
yeah, yeah, Sharukh, got it. Thank you.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Uh,
Right,
you
yeah.
said that you will be using Oracle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, does Snowflake does not transform non-SQL databases like MongoDB?
Can you come again? Just
We are using RDBMS, right?
yes, yes.
That's MongoDB is not supported.
No, it is MongoDB is NoSQL. That is different. See, there is a, I told you, right? And let me tell you one thing. And I didn't wait to. There are types of data. Okay, there are different types of. Okay, the way we have types of databases. Okay, the types of databases. Actually, I would like to explain you this, but I'm expecting this type of a questions from everyone. So when I explain you the types of databases, I told right OLAP database, OLTP database.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, when there are a data, also different types of a data is available. Okay, data. Okay, so in coming to this data, we have a structured data. Okay, structured data, and then we have semi-structured data. Semi-structured data. I'll explain you what it is. Then we have unstructured data also. Unstructured data. I'll give you examples on each of everything, then you will understand. Unstructured data also. See, coming to structured data, what the data we call it as a structured data means if the data is in the form of, in simple words, in the form of table. In the form of table. Okay, if the data is in the form of table, for example, table is having what? Proper rows and columns. Okay, let me explain you. For example, there is some employees information. Okay. Oh, shit. It's okay. I have another option here. Okay, fine. Okay. I'll come to your point. Okay. To answer your question, I need to go from the basics. Okay. Okay. For example, if there is any table, this table is having what? Rows and this is one row. Okay. Rows and columns, right? If there is a data which is available in tabular format, nothing but rows and column, that is a structured data. Okay, like you have seen employees table, whatever it may, like structured data. Semi-structured data means, okay, there are some type of files. If you see, have you heard about JSON data? JSON file, XML. Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, these are all the files. This we can call it as a semi-structured data. Means indirectly, it is not completely in a tabular format. At the same time, not completely unstructured. So, not completely structured and not completely unstructured. Let me show you with the example. Let me show you now. Okay, JSON data. Okay, today my next session is JSON data to the running batch. Okay. Mm, already extracted. I can you see? It is also a data, right? Volume is okay. Anything you just see anything. This is orders, order number, order rate. Is it in the form of table? This data is in the form of table.
No.
No.
At the same time, it is not like a random paragraph, right? Order, what is order number, and who ordered this. Not like unstructured, but it is also some. It is also maintaining some structure, right?
Yeah.
Can Okay, this type of a data we call it as a semi-structured data. Okay, see, Snowflake will handle two types of a data, structured and also semi-structured. Okay, now what is unstructured data means? Similarly, let me give the examples. Unstructured data means like images. You have a image data, right? Information that lacks. Okay, if I give examples. Okay, so you may have Word documents, emails. So if you send the email, if you send the audio file, if you send the video file, all these are what? Data only. But do we have any structure for that? I mean, audio data, if you email, I mean, if you send some text file, if you send some PDF, it is also a data, but not structured data, right?
Yeah.
So to handle that type of unstructured data, we have a MongoDB, Cassandra, okay, that type of a databases, okay, that type of a databases, okay. See MongoDB, Cassandra, that type of a databases we have. To work with that databases, we have a language called NoSQL language. For example, this is what assume that this is one database which is storing, okay, MongoDB, okay. I forgot the name also because I won't use much anytime. MongoDB. Okay. So in MongoDB supported for what? Unstructured data, right? To
Semi-structured, right?
no, MongoDB semi and unstructured also, I think so.
Yeah, right. Semi.
Semi. Okay. Then it has another SQL language. Okay. And another not SQL, generally no SQL language.
Yeah, not only SQL.
not only SQL. Okay, so that is different. Okay, so in Snowflake, in the part of Snowflake, okay, we are going to handle two type of data. What is, structured data and semi-structured data. We are going
Okay.
to learn the JSON files and everything, but
Okay.
not about JSON, unstructured data.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions from anyone? I'll give a syllabus.
Can you give me example for semi-structured database?
Semi-structured databases means in the Snowflake also you can handle the semi-structure and the
Okay,
Snowflake.
I mean to say that like
See, while you are working, right, there will be some situations where you are going to have handle some structured as well as semi-structured data. Some
yeah.
IoT data, it gets generated. That type. Okay, so in Snowflake, there is a scenario. We convert this semi-structured data into structure format.
Okay.
Okay, so in last session only I explained. If I open the Snowflake account, I can show you. Wait 1 minute. Last 2 minutes. Okay, it's already time. Wait. I'll show you. What is this?
In meanwhile, basically like Oracle, SQL Server, these are all support relational database, right?
All these are relational databases.
Does they support
No,
semi-structured
no,
as well?
Oracle won't support. Oracle in Snowflake it will support.
Okay.
The thing is that the Oracle we are learning here, Oracle, okay, to just understand the, if you want to learn, okay, if you want to understand the Snowflake, you should know SQL, right? See, in yesterday I have taken some session. It is related to JSON data in Snowflake. So here we explained how to load the data, okay, how to handle. Actually, this is what, if you run this, right, in staging level. Okay, in
Okay.
staging level. Okay, so let me call this table and show you where is this table. EMP JSON. Okay, if you see this data, this is a JSON data. Can you see semi-structured data?
All
Then
right.
we converted this data into a tabular format. Means why it is handy means yesterday morning only I explained. See, we converted this data to tabular format. This type of how to handle these things we will learn in our course. Like Snowflake sessions.
Ah,
Okay, everyone. If you have any other questions, you can discuss, or else I have another session at 8 a.m. We can, we'll start in practical from tomorrow.
okay.
One question I have
Yes.
for this tool for installation.
Uh,
Uh, we have any like trial version or else?
See, this Snowflake is providing 30 days free trial in case of Snowflake. But to learn this Oracle Apex, right? Oracle is there. We can request a free workspace for long time. Okay, we can work. See, guys, I'm kind of a person nowadays. Everything is a cloud. Okay, cloud.
Mhm.
Okay, I am going to create to learn the SQL. Also, I will create one account like Oracle Apex. I hope you can see my screen, right? Okay, so in Oracle Apex, I will create some workspace and here I will practice. It is a free and also this is Snowflake also. It's a free trial up to 30 days. Within this, you can make this to 120 days also. It is asking me to change the password. Okay. Later I will show you. Okay, everything is a free. You no need to. Okay, DBT also. Okay, the DBT also there is a 14 days free trial. Okay, SQL is completely free. Snowflake is 1 month free trial and DBT is 15 days. Within this, all the features we are going to cover. There is no any difference between paid version and unpaid version. Okay, all the features they will give some free trial. In that free trial, we are going to learn. It is not like if you okay. I think if you go to some Azure, you need to add some your credit card details to create a
Mm.
cloud account. Not like that.
So you're taking Oracle as a source, right? As of now.
Not source. Oracle is not my source. To learn the SQL, I'm working in Oracle platform. Okay.
Mhm.
We coming to the when we discuss about any type of a project flow, there might be data is available in AWS S3 that we are loading the table, and if there is a data is available in other ERP systems, how the data is coming into the Snowflake, that we'll try to understand. Okay, so Oracle here to just understand the SQL, to practice the SQL. So if there is any project which they are migrating, it is not a projects are not like a fixed ones. Some people may have a data from SAP. That SAP data, mostly I worked in two projects, their SAP data migrating to Snowflake. That is different project. So data is having in different ERP systems. From the ERP systems to data is coming to Snowflake. So in Snowflake, you have to do the transformations. That is different project. Okay, for example, you have a data in Oracle. So you are moving the data to Oracle to Snowflake. That project are not fixed. Here I am using Oracle to learn the SQL, to teach the SQL. And for you to practice the SQL, you may use. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, it's 8:02. We'll connect tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll show you how to create the accounts, and it will be interesting from you tomorrow onwards. And I will start the introduction of this is Snowflake also, how to create the Snowflake accounts and everything. We'll join tomorrow. We'll discuss further thing. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.